Hi, I'm Leezá Steinorf. I'm an international leadership coach, conflict resolution specialist, and the creator of the Core Success Framework. So if you're stepping into 2026 planning on doing it differently than the last year, then this will be of use to you. We're going to learn how to break through beliefs that hold you back, how to see them, and how to reframe them. It's practical and powerful. These are tools that you can use to create an amazing new year for yourself. Okay, so we're going to start off with getting clear on what beliefs are actually holding you back. And the truth that most people don't say out loud is you don't need to believe everything you think. Right? Goes through your head and we think that's some truth. It's not. These are beliefs that we've acquired, we've bought into, or we hold dearly, but we have to differentiate, right? So every single one of us has a mental ceiling. It's an invisible boundary that's been shaped by our experience, by fears, culture, family, trauma, even praise. And these ceilings are beliefs that are limiting us. They hold us back, they keep us in a certain framework. For example, I'm not the type of person who could lead, or I'm too sensitive to speak up, or I'm too shy to do public speaking, or I'm behind everyone else, they're already there. I'll never get good at managing money, or they'll see right through me if I try this. Whatever yours are, right? We all have our flavor of them, but they're these we don't even notice them. They're like this just background noise, like the white noise that's always going. And you may not say them out loud at all, but they are absolutely steering your choices. They're steering everything, how you hold yourself, how you believe you're being seen, and also what actions you take or you don't take. Okay? They're the ones that are whispering to you when you're hesitating. And they show up and they make you edit yourself and play small. And they're the reason that you don't take that leap or try that new thing out that you've wanted to. Okay, so here's the tricky bit. The limiting beliefs don't always feel negative because often we've learned them to take care of ourselves, right? They often feel reasonable or safe, or this is just the way I am. Like they feel so natural. Well, of course, I'm just shy. And I can tell you just even on that point, I was so terrified of people and of people getting angry at me, especially because I grew up in violence, right? So I used to be so fearful that people would get angry at me for anything. I never talked. Can you believe that? I never talked. I swear it's true because I just was so scared. So that was a belief I held for a long time until I started working on my fears and started healing wounds, right? So what if that given that thought, I just the way I am, isn't a fact? What if it's just a practice story like it was with me? I'll give you another example. When I moved overseas, I had to learn a new language, okay? And I can tell you, it was so difficult, just amazingly difficult. I was in this new culture and everything. I couldn't understand anything, the signs, people talking, going to parties, restaurants, grocery stores. It was amazing how difficult it was. And I had always believed I didn't even know I believed this until I started this, that I was the only one in the family that couldn't speak multiple languages. Everybody in my family did, but I didn't. It didn't occur to me that I just had never had the opportunity or I didn't take language in school. I just knew I didn't speak languages, so I had concluded and held this belief that I can never learn a new language. And it took me so long until I finally recognized that's what was playing in the background. And when I got that, oh my gosh, did everything get a lot easier and now I'm fluent. So that's getting clear. What exactly are the beliefs? What is the narrative that's going? And if you want to write it down, write it down. I'm a big proponent of writing things down. All right. So now we're going to talk about where do these beliefs come from? Where do we get them from and how have we come to own them? Okay. And first, let's get curious. Don't make yourself wrong. If you've done any of my videos on non-judgment, judging yourself just makes things a whole lot more difficult. So, most limiting beliefs are either inherited from family, church, culture, whatever, or they've been rehearsed. Okay, so inherited from your culture, your nuclear family, your broader family. We're not leaders. That's how Italians are. I'm Italian. Um, women shouldn't be heard, whatever it is. Then there's also rehearsed beliefs that we've come to just engage again and again because things haven't worked out. For example, I tried that and I failed. It's not for me. Or every time I do that, it doesn't work out. I'm not capable of that. Okay. And then they're also then reinforced by systems. We look then for proof. I don't see people like me in those roles, so I don't belong. So we look around to have backup for those beliefs that we have. But here's the empowering part. If you accept that beliefs can be learned, that we're not born with them, they're learned, they can also be unlearned and replaced. So if you want to join me, I'm going to do a quick exercise with you. Grab a pen, or you can use your computer or just think it through. I'm going to give you 3 steps. First one is, what's something that you wanted to do in the past year or maybe for many years, but you haven't done yet? Just one thing. And be honest, it can be big or small, applying for a new job, speaking up in a meeting, taking a trip, if you're a business owner, raising your prices or offering a new service. Okay, just one thing that you wanted to do, but you just didn't do. Okay. Second thing, answer, why didn't you do it? What came up for you when you considered doing it? Or maybe when you even tried to do it? What was the story or what was the narrative that was going on for you? What feeling came? What voice? What resistance? Get to know it. Don't judge yourself. Don't discount. Oh, that wasn't really the reason. Like, really get to know how you're operating. Okay. And then the third thing is ask yourself, is that belief a fact or is it just familiar? Like, I can never learn a language. Well, why is it? Can I never learn? That wasn't a fact, but it was certainly familiar to me. So, ownership means that you recognize that the belief might not even be yours, or it's outdated. It might be well known, but you don't need it anymore. It's not an operational one you want to keep. And you have the power to rewrite it, to replace it, change it out. All right. So now we're going to talk about how you can create a new year, 2026, in a way that really lets you thrive. Okay, we're going to talk about strategy now. So here are 3 tools that you can use starting this week to break through limiting beliefs. Okay, tool number 1, reframe and replace. So catch a limiting belief, write it down, and do write it down, and use this format. Limiting belief, I'm not good with money, for example. Reframe, I'm learning how to be good with money or how to manage my money. And then replace, I'm practicing small steps toward financial confidence. Okay? So you take it through those 3 segments of whatever belief comes up for you. And the key is to make the new belief doable. It's not about being positive or faking it. It's really about creating, that replaces creating steps that you can do and then you can practice. Okay, that's tool number 1. Reframe, replace. Tool number 2 is opposite day challenge. This is a cool one. All right. So when you catch a belief, flip it. Ask yourself, what would I do if I believed the exact opposite of my current fear? Okay. So for example, if your belief is I'm too young to lead, ask yourself, what would I do this week if I believed I had the wisdom that other people need? Try it out. And whatever your belief is, what would I do differently if I believed the exact opposite of that? And you have to formulate what the opposite is, right? So try that out. Just one behavior or one conversation or one action. It doesn't have to be a ton of them, just one, and see how it goes. And you don't even have to believe that new thought yet. You're taking it for a test drive to see how does it feel. What's it like to have that belief instead? Okay. All right. And then tool number 3 is use evidence to disprove the lie. Okay. So remember I said earlier that we hold these beliefs and then we look for evidence. And limiting beliefs thrive on vagueness. right? They're vague. I always screw it up. Well, what exactly does that mean? And what's always? And what's it, right? So you're going to be invited to drag those vague beliefs into the clear light, and we're going to look at them. So if your belief is, I always mess things up, then hunt for the evidence that proves the opposite and talk about it. Yeah. So, when's the last time you followed through? If you're taking the example, I always mess things up. Or when did you surprise yourself? Or what do your friends rely on you for? Okay. Or in my case, when I was talking about my language, right? I could have asked myself, what language have you tried to learn? None. Um, what proof do you have you can't learn a language? None. Um, what people do you know who have learned languages and you feel you could do the same? Well, just about everybody in my family, right? So you gather proof for the reframing belief, okay? And then you can start your own confidence file. And I spoke about confidence in an earlier video for 2026. Check that one out. So you can create a confidence tracking sheet that you can see the things that you are engaging in and you document your wins, doesn't matter how big or small at all, because confidence emerges as you put it into action, as you put yourself and the things you want to do in the world into action. All right, now I want to talk about excellence in becoming the version of you who knows that there are no ceilings. Let's start with this. You've got limiting beliefs. So does everyone. You're not broken or wrong because you have them. Neither am I. But the difference between saying stuck and growing isn't because you're talented or not talented or smart or not smart. It's about awareness and it's about repetition. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 ways that you can stay in motion this year. Create an empowering belief declaration, something that you can state for yourself and stand in, and then make it visible, post it somewhere. And this is not an affirmation, it's a declaration. I make bold decisions even when they scare me. And you do that. Okay? You follow through with that. Number 2, build habits around that expansion. So if a belief says you're not consistent, then your practice is to become consistent and just start with 5 minutes a day of this practice. If your belief is you can't learn languages, my daughter uses Duolingo. She has literally taught herself, with the help of this app, Spanish over 2 years. And she now speaks Spanish. She does like 5 minutes a night. That's it. Okay. Number 3, surround yourself with people who see and believe in your potential. And if this is a way, honestly, that can help you reframe those beliefs without a lot of effort, because you're being inundated by other people's experiences, by how they see things. Okay, read their books, spend time hanging out with them, watch video clips on YouTube, or listen to podcasts. Like, saturate yourself with people who help you believe in your potential and who are living from their potential. Okay. All right. So there's a number of tools in here that you can use for 2026 to really create this new cycle of seasons in a way that you feel jazzed about and lets you really grow into who you already are. You're not behind and nothing is lost. You literally have just arrived at the part that counts. Okay? So if this resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe so you'll know when new videos are up, and put a comment below. You can answer, what's a limiting belief that you're really ready to break through and reframe this year? Okay, you can put it in writing. All right. And I really do enjoy reading the comments. So if you want more support like this and tools, keep following this series. I've always got more coming out, and trust yourself to walk through your new year in a way that's really going to let you shine and feel good about things. And keep growing without any ceilings. You literally deserve nothing less than that. Thank you. Be well.